All this privacy and GDPR stuff seems super complicated, right? Let's start with the basics first, okay? Privacy is kind of a super huge deal, especially in the European Union. Okay, so the EU is made up of more than 20 member states, including Germany, France, the UK, and others. All the member states really believe in privacy. In short, under GDPR, if organizations are going to use your personal data, they've got to be upfront with you about what they're doing with it and why. They have to ask for your consent first before collecting your data. Your personal data is really important. When you share it with someone, you want to make sure it's being used responsibly. Think of it like sending your kids to school. Even though you're trusting someone else with your child, you're still the parent, and you don't lose that right. Parents say, "Hey, school, can we send our kids to you to learn stuff?" And the school is like, "Heck yeah, we'll teach them stuff and make sure they eat lunch and get home safe." And the parents are like, "Great, but also you can't do anything else beside that without our permission, okay? We're still the parents." And the schools are like, "Of course. If we want to do anything with them, like field trips or special events, we have to get your permission first." And the parents are like, "Woohoo!" And the school is like, "High five!" And the kids are like,
Aww.
see, the schools know they don't assume parental control, only responsibility. So, with that, GDPR is kind of like the agreement between the school and the parents. General Data Protection Regulation. GDPR is privacy by default in the EU. In the US, privacy is more when prohibited. The GDPR is considered to be the biggest privacy law ever and streamlines laws across the EU member states. It establishes the rules for how organizations can process personal data of EU citizens. And so, because of the impact of these regulations, the GDPR is nearly becoming a global standard. For example, US companies who collect data via websites, apps, or online forms may need to comply with it. Here are some highlights from the GDPR. It defines personal data as any information that is clearly about a particular person. Data about you, like contact, computer, or work info, religious or political views, body info like height, weight, fitness, DNA, fingerprints, and medical records. It manages how and when companies can collect, store, share, or use your data. Even deleting it counts. It values the right to be forgotten. So if a citizen says, speaking to a company, "Yeah, sure, I'll give you this info right now," and then later decides, "Hey, actually, can you stop using my data?" That's totally their right. They can do that, and the company has to stop using it. So this is a big, long video because this GDPR stuff is super important. It's a pretty cool regulation that helps protect you as a citizen, so knowing about it will help protect you. So remember, 1. Privacy is a fundamental right according to the GDPR. 2. If you're an EU citizen, you have the right to control how your personal data is used. 3. If you're a US citizen, privacy is treated a little differently, but because the GDPR is so impactful, you'll want to understand the basics of it. 4. If you're responsible for data collection at your company, online forums, cookies, newsletters, sales, marketing, etc., you probably have policies in place that you need to comply with. So ask questions and find out.